Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am about 1 month postpartum today, so I wanted to share with you guys my top recommended baby products, postpartum products, etc. that you will need in your first few weeks, your first month being postpartum with a newborn, etc. I'm also going to share some of the products that I really don't think you need, or kind of where you should or should not splurge, I guess. Some things that you maybe do need but you don't need to buy like the fanciest version of. So I'm gonna go through all of that today, and I'm gonna provide links to my top recommendations down in the comments. And like I said, I am about 1 month postpartum, so I'm like honestly sad that I feel like time is flying. I feel like I just had my baby, but I can't believe we're already like, she's 1 month old already. So I did just post my birth story, my birth vlog. So if you guys are curious about hearing about that, make sure you go check out that video. I'll link it up above. But being freshly postpartum, these are things that I'm actually using or not using, and where I maybe wish that I hadn't splurged, or where I'm glad that I did. So if you guys enjoy this video, I hope it's useful for any expecting moms out there or new moms, etc. But with that, let's dive into it. So first off, I want to start out with the things that I used for me being postpartum as the mom. I definitely think that a lot of us don't prepare for ourselves and what we might need postpartum. So these are my top recommendations. First of all, I had to send my husband to the store to buy regular like period pads. I don't know why I was expecting to just like be done bleeding after leaving the hospital, but I was definitely not. And what the hospital has is like really big like diaper style pads. I did not have just like regular old period pads. So that was one thing that I had to send my husband to the grocery store to go buy, and just wish that I had had those kind of on hand ready to go for when I got home from the hospital. Some seamless like hipster style underwear. I have been living in those because again, you're wearing pads like every single day. So nice to just have some like seamless underwear that you can also wear under like bike shorts or whatever and not, you know, see underwear lines. Nursing bras, I actually did Amazon order a few more nursing bras after giving birth. I now have 5 nursing bras, and it's honestly just so nice to have a lot of them because I get spit up on every single day pretty much. Or if I'm like sweaty, it's hot here in Vegas, I'm showering like as much as I can. So I'm just going through a lot of nursing bras. They get dirty really fast. I'm spilling breast milk on them, etc. You get the idea, but it's nice to have extras. Okay, the Bamboobies. I do recommend these if you are nursing. It's nice to catch that extra leakage. Similarly, ice packs for the girls. I Amazon primed some of those after delivery because they are freaking sore. You can of course use any sort of like ice pack or whatever, but I do recommend some sort of ice pack if you're planning on nursing. In general, like lots of lounge outfit. I did Amazon Prime myself a couple options for that, just because it's nice to have something that's like kind of cuter to wear. That's like a lounge outfit. You're not going to be wearing any like fancy clothes or anything, but sometimes I want to just be wearing a little bit more than like, I don't know, like a basic tank top and shorts, I guess. So I have a few lounge outfits, and glad that I ordered myself some of those. Lanolin cream, that's just for sore nips. If you're breastfeeding, you're going to want that. It helps a lot with like heat sensitivity in the shower and things like that, and you don't have to actually wash it off before feeding, so that's nice. And then the last thing that I have been using like every single day is a peri bottle, the upside down peri bottle from Freedom Mom. My hospital did send me home with a peri bottle, but it is really nice that the Freedom Mom one has like the upside down hook or whatever to really get in there and clean it out. If you watched my labor and delivery video, I did have to have an episiotomy, so I am like still using the peri bottle a month later. I know if you don't have stitches or whatever, you may not really need that, but I'm definitely really glad that I had this because I've been using it like every single day. Okay, moving on to baby. So I have a long list here for everything that I've been using for baby. And again, these are just things that I found myself using often. Not everything is super necessary. So first off, I want to talk about the Boppy pillow actually. So this is one that I have been using sort of on and off. Like this is one where it's definitely not a must buy. I have been using it for nursing, especially when she was like little. It was nice to have her like on something, if that makes sense. But as she's getting bigger, honestly, I'm kind of just like putting her on my lap and just putting like a regular pillow under my elbow for support on that whichever side I'm like feeding on, if that makes sense. So I could really go either way on this one. You could maybe try it out without it, and then if you decide that it's difficult to nurse without it, then you could buy it. I don't know, do with that what you will. A bassinet. So I do have the Halo swivel bassinet behind me. This is one where I will say like absolutely bassinet is 100% worth it. Have something like next to your bed. It just makes your life so much easier. But I don't necessarily think that this particular one, which is a little on the pricier side, is 100% worth it. Like, you don't need to go spend, I think it's like $200 or $300 for this bassinet. Well, it does have lots of perks, but I think it's really like if you're breastfeeding in bed, then it's really convenient. But I've been breastfeeding in the nursery just because Chris and I are trying to like take shifts, and so I'm trying to not have her be crying and making lots of noise while Chris is sleeping. So I don't know, definitely recommend a bassinet. It's super nice to have, but I personally think you can just buy whatever one you like, and it doesn't need to be a fancy $300 bassinet. While we're on the topic of sleep, we do have a Hatch sound machine and nightlight right on the bookshelf there. I don't know if you can see it, but we do use that every single night. It is really nice to have like a nightlight situation without turning on a big bright light, and then it also has a sound machine, and so that does help her sleep for sure. So I definitely recommend that. And then I also have a baby cam right there as well. We have the Nano Baby Aura camera, so I do have that on there, and that we will move to the nursery whenever we move her to our actual crib. While I'm on the topic of the Hatch sound machine, we do have the mini Hatch Go, which has been really nice to have for like, you just use that one like downstairs sometimes, so it is nice to have that little portable one as well. All right, as far as clothes for baby, I have 3 swaddles that we use. They're all kind of like that lighter weight cotton swaddle material. It's also summer here, so I didn't want like the thick fleece ones. So we do have 3 swaddles, and I'm glad that we have 3 of them because we're like constantly doing laundry. She's pooped on it before, she's spit up on it before, so nice to have multiple of those. As far as like onesies, it's nice to just kind of have some basic onesies, especially during summer, or if you're going to be having your baby in fall or winter, like maybe some long sleeve basic onesies, whatever, just some basic things to like put underneath a swaddle or whatever. And you're probably changing their outfit multiple times a day, so it's nice to just have some like basic ones that you don't care if they get dirty. And then sleepers, we have probably like 4 newborn sleepers that we rotate through, and that seems to be like the perfect amount for us because there's either, you know, one in the washer, one that's dirty, and one that she's wearing, and then like a spare. So it's nice to have probably 4. Last night I actually went through 3 onesies, so it's good to have some backups. Those are like the main clothes things that I've been wearing or been having her wear. I do have bows for her, but that's definitely not necessary. It's just something that I like, and other than that, you really don't need any other clothes at this age, I don't think. All right, so downstairs for her sleeping setup situation, we do have a pack and play, and I think that that is super nice to have living in like a large 2-story house because I'm not carrying this bassinet up and down the stairs. It's nice to have somewhere to set her that is like safe for her to sleep in if I'm cooking and Chris is doing something else or whatever. The pack and play is a safe space for her, so I'm really glad we have that. I was expecting to not use this until later on when she was older, but this has actually turned out to be really handy for like a downstairs kind of like sleep situation, safe spot to put her if I'm not like eyes on her. And the one that we have I think was only like $65, so not very expensive. One thing that I did order that I didn't actually have was sheets for the pack and play, so I'm actually waiting for those to come. I think they're supposed to be delivered today. Lots of burp cloths. I think I have like somewhere around like 20 burp cloths. They just get spit up on, they get dirty. We also have dogs, so if the dog accidentally, you know, steps on a burp cloth or drools on a burp cloth, we replace it. So I think we have like 20 burp cloths, and it's just nice to have, especially in like different places in the house. Like we have some downstairs, we have some in the nursery, we usually have them like up here as well, so lots of burp cloths to have kind of scattered throughout the house. So I just mentioned the pack and play sheets that I just ordered, and I will say it is smart to have like 2 sets of everything, especially that they're like laying or sleeping on. So we have 2 sets of bassinet sheets, 2 crib sheets. The pack and play sheets I ordered was a 2-pack, and then I did order a second boppy pillow cover, again just because things get dirty quickly, you get spit up on stuff. And then I also have 2 sets of diaper changing pad covers, so I'm really glad that I have just like 2 sets of everything that she's like laying on, could be spitting up on, etc. All right, moving on to sort of like things that I've been using for breastfeeding. I am so glad that I have a Haakaa. I actually have 2 Haakaas. You definitely don't need 2, but it has been actually kind of nice to have 2 Haakaas. I would also, if I was giving myself advice, I would try maybe like 2 different styles of Haakaas or something like that. It's just nice to have like her on one side and the Haakaa kind of catching extra milk on the other side. I haven't really actually needed to pump very much because I'm actually just like catching plenty of extra milk from the Haakaa. So I do highly recommend a Haakaa, and it's pretty affordable. I think they're like 20 bucks. And then we're also using our bottle sterilizer multiple times a day. That's been really nice to have to just not have to worry as much about like if you cleaned it good enough. We just throw it in the bottle sterilizer and press button and it's clean. So highly recommend that. We do still have like a dishwashing setup where we have like a brush, a drying rack, and then I also Amazon primed a dishwashing tub to kind of like keep the baby bottles and Haka and stuff separate from like our dishes. That whole setup has been really nice to have. While we're on the topic of bottles and feeding, and we also have milk storage bags that I have also ordered more of since giving birth, and then a bottle warmer has been really nice to have. Actually, I don't really use the bottle warmer because I'm pretty much breastfeeding almost exclusively, but Chris is doing a bottle at nighttime, so he uses the bottle warmer every single day, and I think he really likes it because it's really just easy to use and the milk is perfect temperature for her. Okay, we'll also say it was so smart of me to make a downstairs diaper changing station. So glad that we did that because it would be super annoying to come up and down the stairs every hour or two. It's been nice to just have a setup down there. In our diaper changing station, we have obviously diapers, wipes, hand sanitizer. We have a portable changing pad. We have diaper cream. Also have like her baby lotion on there. That's also where I keep some of my other stuff like the lanolin cream. That's just kind of the place where I keep like all of her extra stuff downstairs. It's all just like in one place, and it's really just nice to have like everything right there. Also kind of a life hack, I guess. We had extra puppy potty pads from Loki when he was a puppy because we didn't use them all, and we've been actually putting that over like the diaper changing station because if there's a blowout when you're changing a diaper, let me just tell you, it's a lot easier to like just fold that thing up and throw it away than to wipe down and hand wash whatever you need to wash. Could be worth investing in some puppy pads if you know you want to save yourself some laundry. But yeah, diaper cream, I think I said that. I also Amazon primed some butt paste spatulas so that you don't have to stick your finger up in there. You can use a little spatula and just put it on there. Baby nail file. I was actually surprised that we used this. We've used this multiple times. Their nails, when they come out, they're so sharp, and if she gets up by her face, she scratches her face a lot. So we've been pretty diligent about keeping her nails filed, and it's honestly just been pretty like easy to use, nice to have. For bath time, we have a few items that we've used multiple times. We actually haven't really used like our full bathtub setup, but I will say having a water thermometer has been really nice. It just gives you some peace of mind that the water is not too hot. I recommend that. We do have the Frida Baby cradle cap system. That's been really nice to have because they do get, you know, flaky scalp when they're newborn, so that's been nice to have to kind of just like keep her scalp nice and clean. And then we have baby towels and washcloths, again just kind of nice to have for bath time, just some stuff that's like dedicated to her. Baby wrap, I have been using the baby wrap a lot for just like if I'm cleaning around the house, things like that, where I don't want to leave her like in the bassinet, or I don't want to leave her in the pack and play. I'm like walking around the house a lot. Right now she is too small for our carrier, our actual like baby carrier that I bought, so the wrap has been really nice for like this size when she is only like 7 pounds. Diaper bag, love our diaper bag. We've been using it for whenever we go out and about. So I do recommend whatever diaper bag you want. I do have a Lululemon one. This is one where buy whatever you think is cute and that you're gonna like wearing. I like my Lululemon one, but it doesn't have to be Lululemon by any means. And then the last couple of things for her have been the tummy time playmat. We've been using this a lot. We've been trying to do tummy time every single day. And then also we have like a mental stimulation book that's like black and white and has a mirror and stuff. So I do recommend that because that captures her attention and she loves it. Okay, so I think that's everything for baby. The last few things I wanted to talk about was the nursery. Obviously she's not sleeping in the nursery yet, so I'm obviously not using everything in there, but some of the things that I have been using, I've been using the nursing chair every single day. I go in there for my midnight feeds at like 2 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. feeds. So I do recommend having a nursing chair that you like, a diaper changing setup of some sort. Like I actually really like our diaper changing pad. This is one thing that you don't need to go spend, you know, $150 on the, what is it, the Kikaroo peanut changing pad or whatever it's called. I think I just got like a $30 one off Amazon and does the trick. Plus I have a diaper changing cover on it and it makes it cuter because it's not like a weird gray color, you know? That's been nice to have up here. And then we also have just like all of our supplies, handy diapers, hand sanitizer, wipes, etc., just like handy in the diaper changing setup. So it's definitely really nice to have in your nursery or like in your bedroom, wherever you're going to be changing them upstairs. And then I also just have to recommend our diaper pail. We do not have a fancy diaper genie. We just have this like $30 diaper pail that my sister recommended, and I do recommend this one. I don't smell smell any stinky smell, so it's been fine. You don't need to go spend $7,500 on a diaper genie. I think this diaper pail works great. The one thing that has kind of been like hit or miss, I guess, in the nursery is we do have that little mini fridge. I do technically use it like every single night when I do my 3 a.m. feeds. I normally have like the Haka on one side, her on the other side, and whenever we're done, I put the Haka in the fridge, and all it does is saves me a couple of minutes from having to walk downstairs and put the Haka in the fridge downstairs. So it's definitely not super necessary, but I have been using it because it's 4 a.m. and I'm tired and I don't feel like going downstairs. So I don't know, that's one where I'm like, probably could have gone without it, but it is kind of nice to have since we do have a 2-story house. Okay, and then I just wanted to mention a few things that we've purchased or been gifted and we've rarely used. So the first one is Baby Bouncer. We just haven't used it. I don't know. It also doesn't have neck support, and so it does kind of freak me out that like maybe her head's gonna fall over, and so I just have been scared to use it. I haven't used it. I think maybe as her neck gets a little stronger I might use it. Pretty much same thing goes for the swing. We have not been using the swing. That one actually does have the neck support, but she just hasn't really liked it. So I mean, you can always try those things if your baby really likes staying active, staying moving, but it just hasn't been what we've personally been using. Speaking of things where you put her in the baby lounger, I did buy one of these for her, and so far I've only put her in it a couple of times. It's just, I know that it's not sleep safe, and so I have a hard time like being okay putting her in it. I could see myself using it a little bit more, maybe like when Chris goes back to work and I'm editing on the couch or something like that. So I'm not sure. It may be useful in the future, but we just haven't used it very much at this point. Our baby carrier, I mentioned this, have not used it yet, but I think she's just a little bit small for it. So I do see us using this a bit more in the future, but this could be something that you wait to buy until your baby's a little bit bigger, I guess. Our baby Breeza, that was on our registry. To be honest with you guys, I was really thinking I wasn't gonna breastfeed. It turns out I am breastfeeding. I actually like it. So I haven't been using the baby Breeza because that's more for formula. Like I said, I honestly thought I was gonna be feeding her formula and like hate breastfeeding and all this stuff. So I thought I was gonna use it a lot more, and that's one that I would just recommend. Maybe hold off and see if breastfeeding works out for you. See if you end up wanting to do formula or not, because it was a more expensive gift that we just haven't needed. And then the last thing is I did get from my registry the full like Freedom Mom postpartum kit, and the only thing I've used is the upside down peri bottle. There's tons of other stuff in there, but I just got everything from the hospital. The hospital had basically all the exact same stuff, so I just haven't used it, and it's something that I wouldn't really recommend buying, and I would probably kind of just wait and see if you need it. If so, you can always order it off Amazon, get it within a couple of days. But you guys, that is my list. I think that pretty much covers it. I know that was kind of a long list, but those are everything that I've been using consistently this first month. And again, not everything has been 100% necessary. You don't need a bottle warmer, you don't need a bottle sterilizer, but these are just things that like have saved us time that we're using every single day and have been super useful. So like I said, linked everything down in the description box. So I hope you guys found this useful if you are an expecting mom or a new mom and trying to find some solutions. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did find it useful, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments if you also swear by any of these products, or if there's any new mom hacks that you have that I should give a go. And yeah, that's basically it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch up with you next time.